2:22 to go. So the Lakers really haven't upped the margin with Parrish out of there. Bird is open. Puts a fake. Knocks it away into the hands of Henderson. New clock. 2:08 to go. This could be an important basket for the Boston Celtics, and the Lakers know it. They really tighten the screws defensively in the waning moments against the Suns on Friday. Larry Bird off the mark. Kareem the rebound, and we have under 2 minutes to play.
Well, they got it to their best and hoped that he would respond, but he's not having that good outside shooting day.
1:44 and running. The Lakers looking to win on the road and take a 1-0 lead in the series. McHale strips McAdoo of the ball. Here's Maxwell who can handle it. Going all the way in the basket. No good. Offensive foul.
And Maxwell can't believe it. Yeah, there was plenty of opportunity to get it back into the middle, it looked like. But Max decides he's going to take it on his own. Let's see what happened. And there was Magic in perfect position, and he did it with 5 personals on him. What a gamble.
Second time he's lost the basket by virtue of an offensive foul. So the Lakers get it into Kareem. Bounce pass. Johnson defending against McAdoo. Blocked by McHale. Loose ball out of bounds. Boston has it with 1:10 on the clock. But they're 5 points down.
Did they surround the ball handler? Trying to go to McAdoo, figuring they'll get some decent medium-range shooting, but the Celtics alert to that.
And that's Chris Ford, who is a terrific guard for the Boston Celtics, with his 2 cents worth to John Bannock.
But you don't want an assistant coach getting a technical foul at this stage of the ball game.
Celtics have a timeout. That's the story. Flash again Thursday night in Game 2 here at Boston Garden. We'll be with you live at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And, of course, the great charm of a series is that adjustments are always made from game to game, and it's the team that loses that has to make the adjustments.
And if you're smart, when you win, you better anticipate what adjustments that the other team is making.
Right.
Anyway, so they're constantly thinking about it from game to game. What do you see how much time they spend in the film room?
An important possession for the Boston Celtics. Important defensive moment for the Lakers, and the Lakers turn it. Get it. Kareem to Cooper, and a big bucket. A big basket as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on a steal.
They played Dennis Johnson for the drive, and they closed everything down. There wasn't much room for him to make a pass.
7-point lead with under a minute to go. And McAdoo, coming from behind, is called for the foul. That is a penalty situation, so the Lakers will shoot 2 shots with 52 seconds to go, trailing by 7. At what point, if you're the Celtics, do you have to start thinking of the 3-point play?
Well, it's not a bad idea to try one here, but they haven't exactly been knocking them dead from the outside. Anybody on the entire roster, with the exception of Scott Wedman, and that's sometimes a little bit outside his range.
McAdoo has 5 personal fouls. Kevin McHale with 25 points and 8 rebounds also has 3 blocked shots. I think he was looking to miss that shot and get the ball again.
That was his version of the 3-point play.
He missed the shot. The Lakers come up with it to Kareem with 45. Going all the way in, and he travels. He's not used to that kind of play, is he?
If Magic had made that play, it wouldn't have been a walk.
So true. It's called reputation, right? 6-point lead. Johnson for 3. Into the hands of Scott Wedman, who's in for the outside shooting, but Magic Johnson takes the ball right out of the hands of Wedman. And with a half a minute to go, 31 seconds, a foul. The Lakers can sense the long trip paying off in the form of a victory over the Boston Celtics. They still have 31 seconds to play. They're down by 6, and anytime you have the 3-point shot, you're never safe.
No, you're never safe, but I'd say right now, the Lakers are pretty much in control of this game, and it ought to be a great, great series, this series. I don't think any team is going to dominate the other team consistently in this series. I think it's going to be one of those long ones.
While we didn't think the Lakers would be totally out of it coming into this first game because it is for the brass, as Pat Riley told Kevin Lockery on Friday, it may be a bit surprising the way they really dominated most of this game in Boston.
Well, L.A. came out and just established their game, played very, very well. Boston played atrociously, and yet it's still a ball game right down to the last 2 minutes they had. So neither team, if they're playing their game, is going to dominate the other.
These Celtics were down by 19. The Lakers went at it early. Boston got it down to 8. Here's McHale for 3 points. A wild shot. Bird lays it in. 113-107. 21 seconds to go. And the Celtics are just going to have to foul the Lakers and hope they miss shots. 15 seconds to go. Cooper. McAdoo is fouled by Dennis Johnson with 11 seconds. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 32 points. You're looking at Dennis Johnson, who's had a terrific ball game with 21. But Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, each with 24, have led the Celtics. It hasn't been a typical Bird game from end to end, has it?
No, normally he hits those real shots when they need them. They go to him, and he responds, but it was not a typical shooting night for Larry Bird. And that outside shooting really fell down for the Celtics. Nobody hit the outside shot except Wedman, and they count on Bird to produce in that department.
Great tight. The rookie is into the ball game now. 11 seconds to go. An 8-point lead. Wedman is trapped in midcourt. Johnson will go in and is fouled by McAdoo with 2 seconds to play. Kareem with 32 points. And he had that migraine this morning. Hadn't had a migraine all season. James Worthy with 20 points, a terrific game, and Magic Johnson 18.
I think that the Lakers had their edge from the prior series and helped propel them into that quick start here. And they've got a very, very fine basketball team. They've got lots of answers that the Celtics have never seen before. And I think the Celtics have a lot of answers for them, too, the next ball game.
Well, they've got a few days to think it over. Game 2 coming up Thursday. The closest the Celtics got was 92-88 on Larry Bird's three-pointer at the end of the third period. But the Los Angeles Lakers have won in Boston, ending a 9-game playoff streak at home, and have beaten the Boston Celtics 115-109 to take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-7 for the NBA World Championship.
And they win round 1 of this NBA World Championship. And of course, soon we're going to be taking you to the final round of the Memorial, the course that Jack built. How's he playing today? But right now, a fellow that played awfully well, considering that long trip yesterday. He's down there now with Pat O'Brien. Let's go to Pat.
Thank you, Brent. And about that long trip, you said you got neck problems from the plane trip?
Yeah, trying to sleep on the plane. My neck, the vertebrae got in my line, and that causes headaches for me sometimes. I woke up this morning about 6 o'clock with a migraine.
Did you play in pain today, Kareem?
No, I didn't. Our trainer kind of snapped it around, and they fell back in line, and I was fine.
How about this game? Was it a physical game for you, showing up and down the floor?
Yeah, it was physical. They play physical. They go to the boards real hard. We shot real well, and there's nothing they can do about that. They can't get rebounds or anything when we're shooting that well.
Looking forward to Thursday. I guess you guys don't need any rest, right?
Well, we can use it. I tell you, that trip from Phoenix was tough yesterday. But we went through it last year, and I think the fact that we had all our guys and we'd been through it one time, we were ready for what we had to do, and things just fell in place for us.
Congratulations on a great game, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, man.
Let's go back to Brent.
And thank you. And so special words for Magic Johnson and James Worthy. They were magnificent. Kevin, what about K.C. Jones and the Celts now? What must they do?
The adjustment will have to be maybe to put Wedman or Ainge back at the guard spot, because the Lakers are going to give them the outside shot. They have to make the outside shot.
So that is coming up on Thursday. We'll have game 2, the championship banners, and the Celtics hoping to add another one. The final score here today, the Lakers 115, the Celtics 109.